Emotional stakes in this fight. Michael Hall versus Kevin Peraza. These two gentlemen faced each other as amateurs. Now Peraza makes his pro debut.
Dylan McGrath alongside Icy Mike, Mr. Hard to Hurt for this one as we start our pro card off. Both of our most anticipated MMA matchup of the night. Getting ready to go down our third man in the cage, Mr. Chris Luter.
And when these two fought, Michael Hall was on short notice and still was close.
Edged it out there, yeah.
Yeah, he was still close. Both men have to feel like they need this. And you see some frantic desperation on both of them. High volley, big body kick.
Michael Hall definitely off to a quick start here. He's bringing the action to KP early.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what you got to do. You got to keep these highest talent fighters on their back foot so they don't have a chance to use the cage to take you down. And it looks like it's going to be Michael Hall who's going to pressure with the outside trip. And that is the same takedown we saw come up earlier in the night. And it's a fundamental one. If you're not doing it, if you're not drilling it, guys, and you're training MMA, for sure, try it out. Michael Hall bringing the thunder early now on the back of KP. He's not spine to spine. KP can still strip him here, but he's going to inch closer and closer around the neck. You can already see him kind of riding the hip around here. He's going to throw this leg up over the middle.
Did you see what a good job he did not ending up too high, not getting shaken off, not losing
But he's the
position.
taller guy. He's the slightly taller guy, so it's a little easier for him to do that. But also, look at how KP's defending. He's making sure his back's always in the wall so that second leg can't come up.
Michael Hall tying up the arm. He's kind of an awkward position.
It is, but he's at the advance right here because if KP turns off of the fence here, he gets tripped again. If he turns into the fence,
He gets his back taken.
If he turns off the fence, he gets his back taken. If he turns into the fence, he gets the inside trip again, or the outside trip again. So it can be a little precarious.
Peraza sort of frozen, because neither choice is good.
This isn't a position you drill a lot at an academy.
But he has to feel that he's in danger either way.
100%.
Hard elbow. Oh yeah, we're pros now.
We pros now, baby.
Hard elbow right in the ear. He's tying up those hands. Peraza's got to make a move. You know, I understand that he's had to choose between the lesser of two evils, but he's got to make a move.
3 minutes is a long time. You can't be here for 3 minutes.
Because he is eating some shots. They're not the biggest shots, but they are shots.
I would take my chances trying to go back into the leg rather than try to step off and get on back taken. I think that's what I would do too.
That's clean.
Very good. And now, wow, Michael kind of conceded the leg position there and gave up leg position, which allowed KP to get back off of the fence, but he puts him right back into the fence there.
Michael burying the forehead under the jaw of Kevin Peraza, using that head position to pin him to the fence. Also with a good, strong position with the underhooks. Michael Hall just grinding. That head position is so key up against the fence. And it's making the difference why Peraza's not able to turn him off of that wall, because every time he tries to get his feet up underneath him, Michael Hall drives his forehead into his chin. And constantly threatening the trips and then sends the knee. He's just dug in so tight on that thing. Kevin Peraza tried to turn him and he didn't even budge.
There's not a lot of inside position on the leg, so it looks like he's setting up a takedown. His hands are locked here. It'll be pretty hard for KP to defend here. And, you know, if there's one bad note that you can make against Peraza in his amateur career, he's a bit of a slow starter, and it looks like that was well researched on the part of New Millennium in Greensboro.
Yeah, and when these two men faced each other, Michael Hall didn't have a full, it was short notice, a couple days notice. Now he's fully prepared. He's actually been preparing for this fight since that moment.
Of course, whether knowingly or not.
Oh, God. He thought about it every day because he was so close. And here these two are meeting as professionals. Oh, with a nice quick back elbow attempt.
Yeah, that was cool. And now he's going to try to force the legs back together again. I don't like trying to force there because you're using a lot of energy to do that. And
he's trying to wedge. He's using his own legs to push Peraza's legs together.
It's tough, though, because he's got the overhook. He can't just cut to the back. He's got to get a little creative here with the trip action. Still got the strong body lock on the wrist as Michael Hall. And when you're locking your body lock on your wrist, it's way stronger than locking it with an S-grip.
Michael Hall doing an excellent job neutralizing Peraza's attempt to escape this cage work.
Yeah, it's a big deal to be the more successful fighter along the cage against a guy from TCF, in my opinion.
And who looks to maybe have a little bit of size on him.
Yeah.
You know? But it's that head position. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what our size disparity is. Doesn't matter how good you are at wrestling. If you don't have the head position, the guy with the head position is going to move you around.
Yeah, hip height and head height are the most key factors in those exchanges.
And Peraza has not demonstrated much urgency in improving his position.
Nice elbow from Michael Hall again on the clinch break. KP's a little slow to get off the wall here. It could cost him again. Michael Hall's looking for another entry.
Wow.
There's the round. Nice opening round for the Duckman.
Michael Hall has to feel great about that. Off to a great start. If you're Kevin Peraza's corner, what are you going to tell him?
I can't even imagine. That man right there is one of the biggest geniuses of combat sports I've ever met in my life. So whatever he's saying is probably right, and I'm probably wrong. But if I had to guess, I would say we got to get going. We got to strike at distance. We got to throw something here. We can't just get backed up continuously into the cage, because it seems like Michael Hall's a little stickier. It seems like he's a little bit of a stronger grappler, and that's kind of been one of KP's big strengths in his career early on. So he might be a little frozen here if he's not succeeding in the areas he's used to succeeding in.
Yeah, he's going to have to take that initiative back from Michael Hall, because Michael Hall's calling the shots. When Michael Hall wants to strike, we're striking. When he wants to clinch, we're clinching. He's decided every step of this contest. He's decided what the two men are going to do. He got very busy early on. Lots of movement, lots of feints, lots of strikes, lots of mix-ups. And it ain't broke, so I can't imagine that he'll fix it. Kevin Peraza initiating the striking exchange with a low kick that comes up short. Now Michael Hall begins stepping side to side, moving his head, milling his hands. Peraza attempting now 3 kicks that were up short. And then Michael Hall landing a head kick.
Yeah, right off the glove,
back
very
kick.
close. And that was the kick that really started the whole grappling exchange there. He was successful. And now it's KP who's got his hands locked.
Peraza showing the right hand and then initiating the takedown, but Michael Hall stuffing the head.
Not yet. You can't. He's not. It doesn't matter how much you stuff the head if you don't get an underhook and change the level. There you go. Now you're pulling him away from you. When the hands are locked, it's tough. And now Michael Hall reverses position immediately.
He smiled.
Yeah.
He smiled. Once Peraza stood up straight, he looked at his corner and smiled.
Peraza kind of gave him what he wanted for sure. And I feel like that's the reaction we saw there. He wanted him to get high.
That's what I wanted.
When people are very high up, it's easy to upper body wrestle.
Referee breaks the clinch.
Yeah, it's interesting because in the last round, I guess he was very content to let him go, but this round, they're looking for a little bit more urgency as the fight goes on.
Michael Hall just barely avoided that head kick there. And that was a good inside low kick from Peraza.
Yeah, KP was doing wonderfully in this round until he introduced the grappling. I think he might have the advantage as the striker here.
Right.
He's got to start working.
Right hook to left body kick from Michael Hall, and then another right hand from Michael Hall. Michael Hall uses
beautiful outside trip again for the Duckman.
Straight to it, too.
And that's a past amount. It looks like this one is on the short list, ladies and gentlemen.
He's under the chin.
He's under that chin.
And punching him. Oh, Peraza is in trouble. Oh, gosh, the stakes. Michael Hall lost to this man years ago and as an amateur, and now he is on his back, and he's been beating him for the better part.
Oh, and he's going to switch to a short choke right here.
Of the round.
He's going to try to windshield wiper over, but KP's doing a good job of getting his back to the mat here. Oh, no, that was a mistake. That was an error.
He's under the...
Oh, there it is. Short choke, nice. He's going to tuck... He needs to tuck the elbow.
Still fighting the hands.
Yeah, he needs to tuck the elbow behind the back. If he just puts his elbow behind his back in that short choke / century choke.
Peraza working.
Peraza with the reversal! Now it's KP on top, raining bombs, raining bows.
Elbows from the top.
And they're going nuts here at the Grady Cole Center for this fight now.
The stakes could not be higher between these two men.
And both guys are fighting like that's the case as well, my friend. 2 minutes is a long time. We're going to see a lot of grappling here.
Peraza patient.
Let me buckle in here again.
Pushing.
Let me forward. Lock in again, as the kids say.
Michael Hall's guard is open.
Yeah, Michael's walking back continuously, right? He's trying to get some space, but he's got to be careful not to let KP just push him back all the way to the fence.
He's got him stretched out. Michael Hall doing a good job mitigating the worst of the damage from his guard, but eats a shot from the right hand. Now KP pouring it on, going body, head, left and right side.
And this is warrior spirit stuff because I know, and you know, KP really needs to rest. That's what he needs. But
he would love to.
But he can't.
He would love to
do that. He would want to. I'm not what he needs, what he wants to do. But what he needs to do is continue to try to win this round and make a statement in this round and put as much damage on Hall as possible while he has the top position, because frankly he just hasn't been in the driver's seat for a lot of this fight.
He's still got a minute and 20 seconds to do it too.
Yeah, this is going to be a grueling affair for Hall. I don't see KP getting caught in a random triangle. Nice fall back. Tries to stack, but the back roll is there for Michael Hall, and now Michael Hall's again
back to that position against the cage that has worked so well for him for this entire fight. Spinning elbow attempt.
And I'm telling you, Michael Hall would have a lot more success here on the cage wall if he touched his knee to the cage. If he just did what he's already doing, but just touch his knee to the fence and get inside position, I don't think KP would ever get out. He's only getting out because his lower body's not being controlled.
Oh,
what a big elbow!
Elbows.
This has been one of the best fights of the night so far.
So Michael Hall is doing something really interesting. And normally when you see a guy pinning another guy against the cage, they're trying to just always stall and slow the action. But Michael Hall is choosing moments to explode, to spin, to throw that elbow over, that no-look elbow, and to throw those short elbows after controlling the wrist. Michael Hall is not trying to stall the action. He is trying to win this fight. Kevin Peraza forces a trip.
What a reversal by KP.
Hall back to his feet instantly.
But now look how tall he is and look how close his feet are together. And there's no pin, there's no shin pin. So Michael Hall will just lever and turn here. There it is. Lever defense, 101, baby.
And head position right back in.
2 rounds in the books here in this 3-round affair. And that one was exciting.
Wow, sir. That is MMA. If you were curious,
you saw a little bit of everything there. And that's what pro MMA looks like too. Like, these guys are both worthy of the title of professional.
What an amazing performance. So did Peraza do enough in that round, do you think, to take it?
It was close. That was a very close round in my opinion. That was a very close round in my opinion.
Then they could be a round apiece.
But that moment where he reversed and got on top, not only did it go on for a lot of the round, but it was very memorable compared to a lot of the rest of the round.
And he landed shots.
I will say Michael Hall had a big moment along the fence wall when he hit those 3 big shots in that elbow. So as far as I know, I think either fighter could have taken that round, but I don't think it's up in the air who won the first. So
I think Michael Hall definitely dominated the first round.
If you're KP, if you're KP's corner, surely you're telling him it's time to go. It's balls to the wall.
We should try to finish it.
Yeah. We need to fight like we need to finish it.
He's trying to blink the cobwebs out. Peraza's doing that big wide-eyed blink. You see that? Some of them elbows might have got in there. Both men showing each other a lot of respect.
For a pro fight, for a 5-minute round fight, it's been high pace as well. Very frenetic from Michael Hall. He introduced the pressure early and the pace early, and KP's been fighting to catch up to the pace the whole fight.
Yeah, Michael Hall definitely is setting the tone. And now Michael Hall giving Kevin Peraza some time to get back into this fight.
And he's kind of fighting at his range a little bit too, which I'm not crazy about.
Oh my God! Big right head kick from Peraza, the big knees, the double tie plum, chopping elbows, body shots. And Michael Hall comes swinging back with a left and right. Big body kick from Peraza.
He landed big on that last one too.
Big knee to the body, but Michael Hall pushes forward.
And he's got a clean entry on this as well.
He's tied around the waist and the leg.
Hands are locked. He's gonna forego because I think
he's gonna spin for that elbow.
I think he's got to go. Oh yeah. You see him kind of measure it a little bit.
Left elbow. He wanted that left elbow there. Tying the hands up. Both men got to be super tired. Michael Hall has had the better of these exchanges when they're upright against the fence.
Yeah. See now watch this though, because he's not taking away any control from Michael. So Michael still has the option to lever here.
But he now can lean against the cage.
Oh, and Chris is going to separate them.
Yeah, it might have looked like Peraza had the advantage because he was on the outside, but Michael Hall had the position.
Michael was waiting. He was resting and getting
ready. Hard low kick.
Yeah, KP needs to keep it. This is where he needs to keep it, man.
He tagged him. He has Michael Hall's attention in the striking. Big head kick again. Big push kick to the body.
He's finally corralling him a little bit. KP finally coming online. Is it too little, too late? He's got 3 minutes to work here. Michael Hall still a dangerous guy, but now it's KP pressing the action in the grappling.
In deep on a double leg.
Not deep enough.
But Michael Hall
Now he can lock. He's trying desperately to lock the hands, but the head is getting stuffed now. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's not going to get better from here. Now he's got the underhook on the leg.
Man, he's
it's
breaking
a big
it down.
fall. Yeah, this is a great technique by Michael Hall.
Making him carry his weight, cranking his neck, compressing his torso. He can't breathe from this position.
Great defense by Michael Hall so far here on the wall. And now we see a different kind of scenario here at the pro level. You'll notice that those elbows are a bigger factor, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it might be KP who's holding him against the wall right now, but the offense so far has been led by Michael Hall from this position because KP's been patient. Nice. Good attempt at a sprawl there on the overhook, but the leg was still entangled. And now
look at the pressure.
With 2 minutes left, Michael Hall's passing to a very strong mount, Dagestani style with the legs trapped.
Kevin Peraza's face twisted up in a grimace.
Handcuffed.
He knows he's in trouble just from the pressure of the head. Big elbows. Looking for a hole in that guard. Trying to find his way in. Peraza desperately trying to hold on to an overhook and pull the head down to try to break posture.
Can't break that way.
Kevin Peraza is in a lot of trouble. He is flattened out.
Yeah, Michael Hall bringing the fight to KP here as the time winds down in this fight.
Michael Hall has to feel good about this. He lost to this man as an amateur and now has controlled the fight, the entirety of the fight.
I agree. There was some moments of success for Kevin, but it seems that as the fight has gone on, it's not been enough.
That pace that you described as frenetic, it's just something that Peraza he was playing catch up.
Yeah.
And then as Michael Hall tired and slowed down, Peraza let him. Peraza allowed him.
This timeout here is bad news. Like if you get here, you got
Peraza fighting back.
A minute left here. I mean, he needs to hold on to that overhook and just try to not get finished at this point because escape becomes harder and harder the higher you get. See, now he's got the half guard. He's got some defense. He's got some real defense here.
Here's the underhook. Here's double underhook.
The problem is he can't sweep him back because the cage wall is there, but he can defend from here a lot better, at least from the strikes. I don't think he's got a lot of standing power here unless he tries to fire out of the other side.
He's got now 35 seconds.
See, now he's got that underhook. He can try to get up behind that underhook, but Michael Hall is aware of it.
And they're using his head to hold him down.
Yeah, and he's keeping head height and hip height. Oh, and 22 seconds left. Michael Hall's on the back. He's crunching him down. He's going to try to finish him here with short time on the clock. Timeout. It looks like KP's going to survive this onslaught. Michael Hall, the Duckman, finishes the round on top after 3 hard rounds against former opponent Kevin Peraza.
Wow, what an emotional end to an emotional fight.
Michael Hall fought like that was the fight of his life.
Well, and I'm using that word emotional. We're saying they're fighting like it. They comported themselves like consummate professionals, like just very technical, very clean, very good, but with urgency. Like that was real drama right there.
That was a big fight at a high level for your pro debut. I mean, you definitely fought a guy who fought like he had 4 fights.
So Michael Hall, if you had any questions, if you were unsure because the last time you faced this man, he was able to defeat you. If you always felt like, I think I could have got him, you just found out tonight. That's me saying that I believe Michael Hall won. Let's see if the judges.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you could say. I love those guys. I'm the biggest Carolina combat sports fan in the world. But what else can you say other than it was 1 and 3 for Michael Hall at the very least, if not all 3. And frankly, I don't want to make excuses, but the Kevin Peraza that fought tonight is not the Kevin Peraza I'm familiar with.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the decision is in, and it is unanimous for the red corner, Michael Hall.
Man, that fight did not disappoint.
No, it did not. No, it did not. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I was a little worried that maybe we overhyped it in the beginning. It lived up to it.
Absolutely. And that goes to show you why, Fight For It continues. Even at the pro debut level, they're still matchmaking guys with they're trying to put some stakes to the fight. They're trying to add a little bit of element to the fight,
Wow. That has to feel so good.
Agreed. And, you know, from the first bell, it looked like he wanted it bad. It looked like he wanted to win so bad.
He went straight after him.
Yeah, he attacked him like a dog.
He was merciless and relentless. It wasn't until Peraza had a little bit of success with the striking in the second round that kind of slowed Michael Hall a little bit. He kind of realized, okay, this guy is dangerous.
100%.
I need to be smart. But Peraza never had a great answer in the clinch. I think that's really because both men had some great moments on the ground. Both men had some great moments on the feet. But Michael Hall really dominated, I think, every moment of every clinch.
I agree. Anytime they were touching, anytime their bodies were like clinched or in any kind of grappling exchange, he was one step ahead.
If anybody picked up an iPhone in the crowd, it should have been maybe in this area right here. Lost iPhone. Please turn it in either to me or one of the staff members.
Wow.